Welcome, guys. I just happened to be over on another channel, Bad Chad. If you want to see a guy sanding cars, I know you guys come here to watch me sand for hours on end. But he's a young guy. He knows what he's doing. And I chimed in and I said, hey, man, you know what you're doing. And I threw him a bone. I threw him a $20 super chat so he could buy some more 323M sandpaper. I thought he was using rolled sandpaper, but he's using DA sandpaper. Whatever. Anyhow, we're going to work a little bit on this. Of course, it's sanding some more. And let's change the camera angle. We've this is all dried now. I'm not going to stay on long because, like I say, this is Charles's night. But I am going to sand those areas out. This is 80. That's too aggressive for what I'm doing, so we'll do 180. I also did the I don't know what you call it, the wing fillet here. Knock that filler off of there. Being careful not to dig a hole in it, because that's what we were filling, is the hole. So I'm just feathering it out. I said on there that I had been sanding 55 years, and because the guy is hand sanding open-handed instead of with a block, I said, well, you've been sanding wrong for 55 years. Well, the guy don't know much about sanding, I guess. You can't sand contours with a block. You have to sand contours with experience. But that's YouTube for you. Go check it out. Check out Bad Chad. B-A-D-C-H-A-D. Young guy, tattooed up, builds cars, does a good job. Not enough that I sand. I got to watch other people sand too. I got to see how they're doing it. Okay, that little bit right there, that got it. And we'll hit it with some 320. Chad over there works on the same theory that I do. I know you guys have seen me take 36 grit sandpaper and just gnarl it off, and then go to 80, because that's the only way you're going to get something straight, is with. You could rub it all day long with 320 and never get it straight. So we got that. That one's done. That didn't take long. Let's work on the one in the center there. Remember, I put the carbon fiber underneath the filler to keep it from cracking. So, yes, why am I doing this? And, you know, I know that I've stated it on camera before. You have to do the flats before you can do the rounds. If you don't get the flats flat, you'll dig into it with the round. And if you can feel it, you'll be able to see it. So use your hands. Now the only bad thing is, because this is balsa wood, this is not metal like Chad's sanding. You can get, I mean, you'll dig a hole quick. But if you stay on the filler instead of the wood, you'll be all right. The super fill is about 1,000 times harder than balsa wood, but it sands real easy, as you can see. So we got that done now. So do the other turnout right here. This is going to be a little difficult because I screwed up, to be honest with you. I got the filler close to the edge of the paper. So I've got to knock it down and try to stay off the paper and stay off the edge. So it might be difficult. And I'll probably shoot these spots with a little bit of primer. I have a little bit of DC 540 left. I'll do these spots here and the doodads and the fuselage with DC 540 and sand them out because it builds so fast. I'm really spooked right here. It's I possibly could go through the paper there, which wouldn't be good. Yep, I got it. Good. Now, this is 3 applications of that filler, but you can't feel where it transitions now. And that's what I'm looking for. There's a little bit right there. You stay off the paper and on the filler and feather it out into the model. And you can see when it feathers when it's time to stop. It's time to stop when the shine goes away from the line. You know, I keep trying to teach how to sand on video. It's just so hard to teach. Even if you were here, it's hard to teach. Light pressure there, because I think I could burn that paper. I think I'll wait to get some dope on it before I go any farther there. But let's sand it out relatively quickly. Let's turn this around. Come on. Let's see, did I do the bottoms too? I did. So we'll get these all sanded out, call it a night. No. He had 1,000 people watching him sand. I wish I could get 1,000 people watching me sand. Of course, airplanes ain't too exciting. I just thought it was interesting that a young guy would have the same attitude towards sanding that I have after 55 years of sanding. You know how to cut with heavy paper, and I could tell that he had been sanding for a while just by the way he was holding his hands. I don't know where he learned how to do that, but I learned how to do it from Hard Knocks. Desire. Yeah, I can feel that. There's a step right there. That's got to come out no matter what. We might have to get a block to grind that down, or might have to fill it back a little more. But the difference between painting a car, motorcycle, or an airplane is I don't care what the car weighs. I gotta care what this weighs. Car, you just lay on some more primer. Nope, that's going to be a terrible spot right there. I'm going to have to, I think I'll use a 3M on it. The reason why it's up so high, I bet it's up 15 thousandths, is because of that carbon and that CA. So what I'll do is, there's a transition here that I don't want to dig a hole. So I will take a razor blade and some of my 3M putty that's out in the car, I think, and just put a little bridge, about a half-inch wide gap there to get that step out. See, my fingernail even catches on it. I do not think I can get that out of there without digging a hole right there. "15 minutes. Let's check all these spots. So, feels pretty good. We got a little bit that we'll catch a little bit of this with the fillet when I put it in. Of course, when the paint goes on it, that takes up a few thousandths too. As you guys know, there'll be 100 hours of sanding on this to get an outstanding finish. I would say I'm a month away from shooting paint. I've got some spots in here that I've burned through the Dr. paper. So I'm not real sold on Dr. paper, to be honest with you. Works in a pinch, but works in a pinch. So now this is 320 on the block. We'll come back over and feather it in. Can't feel it, so that's a good repair there, a good blend. Remember, a paint job is never finished; it's only abandoned. I still got to get the hole out of this thing. I tell you what's real surprising is I haven't poked a hole in this the whole build, and that now I will. The whole build. And spin it around to the other side. And I'm bumming out about that. There's just no way to get that out of there. When you're trying to build light, it's always best to sand it smooth than it is to add. However, there are some times when even sanding it with a block or sanding it, it's just not going to come out because I'm going to dig that hole right there. So the best thing I can do is go out in the car and get that 3M Acro Green and lay just a little bit in there and that'll be done. Still got a sand on the cowl yet. Remember, the inside of your airplane's got to be as nice as the outside. or it should be anyway. Anyway, I thought I'd just come on here and give a plug to Bad Chad to watch him sand for a while. I don't normally come on Mondays, but he gave me a little inspiration to sand a little bit tonight. Sunday, I got to make a trip to and from St. Louis in one day. It's the gold open coat 320, not the red 3M. It works. Stay off the edges. Burn through that edge and that silk fan will be cut. But you're always looking for the shiny spots too. And the bad thing about sanding these lost foam wings is no matter how you sand, even if you had a block the whole length of the leading edge, the whole length, you still get it's still starved horse look. I don't know. The only way to keep it from doing that is do like I did on the Tucker with the foam leading edge in the backer. It is a nice way to do, but you're giving up an ounce. And on this airplane with the big block in it, I just I couldn't foresee giving up any weight anywhere. So if it looks a little wavy on the leading edge, so be it. If you look at the XL, I don't know if you can see it here. If you look at the XL along the leading edge, you can see that it's wavy, but that's just from construction, and the dope is always shrinking. So that's just the way it goes. That's part of our construction methods. It'll be fine. You can hear that fiberglass buzz though. His nose is about ready for paint. So I'll spend 30 minutes, 5 more minutes on this. And like I say, because Charles is on tonight, you guys can watch the hangout. I don't want to take away from Charles's doing. Change hands and gain a stroke. These fillets come out real nice here. Like, just get some dope on it, get this tissued, I can go ahead and lay the fillet in there. It'll be a 1/2 inch fillet and get blended into this. It'll come out perfect. I'm happy. And of course, this detail up in here, it's hard to do. You have to more or less plan ahead. If you're going to do this detail here, the block has to be that tall before you start. And the taller the block, the higher the cockpit flange, or whatever you want to call it, you can have. But it'd be kind of like carving a pilot, where you got to figure out, well, his nose is sticking out farther than anything else. You got to start with his nose. And that's been all Z-epoxied up. This is fiberglass up in here. Got some good feedback on the fiberglass, the cowl and the nose laying the glass. I didn't realize that not everybody knows how to do that. I guess I just take it all for granted because I've been doing it for so long. But by all means, use your hands. You can feel highs and lows way better than you can see them. Like right here, there's a bugger right there, needs to get sanded out. And if you'll notice, when I do Saturday at John's, is I will take this over to his house, and he'll go, that spot, that spot, that spot, and maybe I'll pencil them. And I do the same for him. One guy is not going to see it all. So if you got a friend, go over to their house and say, look at this and tell me the spots that jump out to you. And then take it back and fix all those spots. And then bring it back and say, is there any more spots? And then he'll go, that one, that one. And that's why I say the paint job is never completed. It's only abandoned. How many times do you want to go back and fix those spots? You know, how much are you willing, how much work are you willing to put into the project? And trust me, it's never ending. You could chase your tail. I talked to Gene Martin, and he had a 20-pointer, and Gene said he would never build another 20-pointer because of chasing your tail. And I believe, now Wendy's had a whole bunch of 20-pointers too, but there again, Wendy put some paint on his airplanes. I don't put any paint on mine. I use all the paint work is sanding on my airplane. And that's how I get a 6-ounce finish. And that's no kidding, 6 ounces. Because you're only going to get six coats of paint. Well, been on 30 minutes. That was, I just came on to give Bad Chad a plug. Check him out. He's a sander. You'll like it. He's funny. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night for sure. I'll do my normal hour a day instead of half hour. I appreciate everybody. Oh, yeah, thank you, Skyhack. Yeah, it's all in the details, and I have named some videos that's all in the details, and like I say, how far do you want to take it? You know, you can take it. You know, if I wanted to, I could spend another 6 months on a paint job, like my Thunderbolt. If you guys look at my Thunderbolt, it's in the gallery. It's on the front row in the gallery on Stunt Hanger. If you look at my Thunderbolt, not only did it take 2 weeks to make the molds, or a week to make the molds, or whatever I did use. I mean, I took a long time to make those molds. Um, I spent way more time painting it than I did building it. But it was on the front row 3 years in a row, and it was a beautiful airplane. But they all have a life expectancy, and they all go away. So my suggestion is just build it good enough to last one season, and build another one. Learn from each airplane that you build. Learn, well, I messed up here. Let's do that right the next time, and just keep getting better and better and better. And I really have no idea how many airplanes I've built in my lifetime, but I would venture to say that I built more than most people. The only guy I could think of that I wouldn't be able to come close to is Jack Sheeks, because when I was a kid, he was building two a month. He had a different airplane and model aviation every month. I guess he really liked doing that. See, Ricardo. Hello, Sparky. Greetings from Brazil. Buenas noches, buenos tardes, buenos dias. Anyway, I'm babbling now for the last 3 minutes. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Hanger Rash, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.